What's up, boys and girls? This is your gamer girl, Jessi. Today we will not be playing a game, we will be making a game. I don't know if making is the right term, so I kind of paused there a little bit. So, this is day one of, creating, actually day two. This is day two of me trying to make a text interactive game. I asked in different sites, forums, etc. of how I could create a good game. I received a lot of comments that suggest I should use RenP since it's a text interactive game as well, but the thing is it's a visual novel and I am kind of more focused just on text. Like, I will not be adding so much art into it, like characters and background. Maybe, of course, in the text interactive game that I'll be planning to do, of course there are backgrounds, but I will not be focused much into it because as a one-man team, I think it's going to be taking like literally a lot of time for me to produce those sprites needed for me to come up with a good visual novel. Anyways, so I kind of scratched out and RenP suggestions. I also have received lots of suggestions like Godot engine, I don't know how to properly pronounce that, Unity and Unreal Engine, but mostly Unity. Like, there are assets in Unity for me to use, like Unity plus the fungus asset and Unity plus ink. Actually, I haven't checked that out, but I did check ink or Inkle. I don't know if it's one thing or there's separate things. So I saw Inkle and it looks okay, but I found Twine, one of the top suggestions that I received. So this is it so far. So I kind of liked it better than the other suggestions. So I tried them, and I think it's kind of an overkill for me to use game engines like that for a simple text-based game. Although I was told that quote unquote simple is not really how you're going to word this game making, because coding is kind of like really a lot. Like, for example, okay, so we have this. I even downloaded Visual Studio, even if I know nothing about coding. I tried to import this. I'll show you guys. So, for example, you try to import something like this. This is not the proper way to do it. I'm just showing it to you guys. So this is what I'm supposed to be doing without Twine. Like, I should be manually doing all of this, which is kind of really difficult since I know nothing about it. I'm kind of like basic stuff. That is why we ended up with Twine, which is actually more easier for me to do it. Out of the many suggestions, Twine is the one that I ended up in. I literally went from forum to forum, joined Discord servers to another Discord server, and I haven't really gotten much answers for my problems. Like, okay, I finally found Twine and I tested it out. I loved everything about it. Very easy, very simple, and I totally get it. I came from Text Adventures, but I call it Quest because their software is named Quest. textadventures.co.uk. They have this program or browser that you can use called Quest. So I started with this, created a bunch of unfinished games with it, and it's simple if I want the game to be simple, but I have thoughts in my head that I want to make it as complicated as possible. I also tried Squiffy, same site, so this is a sample of it. Squiffy. So this is Squiffy. It's kind of simpler. Yeah, that's where I started, so at least I have a little bit of background on what I'm supposed to be doing if I want to create a game. So transferring to Twine was, it's not difficult, it's also not so easy, so kind of in the neutral side. I was told that this is only for publishing in web browsers, so that means that I can't publish or export it as an executable game or an APK for Play Store. Originally, my goal is to publish in Play Store, but I was told that as a newbie, I should be starting off with PC games. So I took on their advice, and I spent literally the entire morning trying to import, the entire day trying to get it to work. So I got both Cradle from Unity Asset Store and Cradle from GitHub. Like, a lot of experiment on it. I use this one to experiment on the fungus asset, and this one for the cradle assets, because that's how they said we can work on twine. Now, while I was waiting for the forums to answer me, I actually posted a lot of social medias and forums and Discord servers. While I was waiting for replies, I moved on with fungus. So fungus is also a Unity asset, and the best thing about it is that it's free. So of course it was suggested to me, and then the next problem is how for me to import fungus asset into the project. So it took a while for me to actually figure it out. So now that I've opened this, I have been trying to press this assets and then import some stuff. So of course import. Every time I click on it, it just asks me to get files or package assets from my desktop. But I got fungus from Google, well, Unity, their website. So until basically someone finally gave me an answer, I discovered about Package Manager. Now here in Package Manager, I discovered that this is where you will be able to import your packages. So from here, you are logged in their site. You should also be logged in this site. Okay, so these are the two packages that I got. Now we've got fungus here. So I just did. This used to be just a download button, but after downloading, you now have an import button. So once I click on import, you will now have tools here. So see tools. This is fungus tools. So you are now able to access the tools from fungus. Flowchart. This is very similar to twine, as you can see. So this is what I saw in Google. That's why I want to consider fungus, and I've been trying to make it work. So I'll be converting this twin file into a .json file. So of course they taught me that and stuff by changing my story format. I even downloaded it. So one of them suggested Twison and one of them suggested Tweedle. So I tried both, but I couldn't make it work. So if you convert Twison, this file to Twison, when you hit on play, you will be shown the a much cleaner list of coded stuff which you can copy. So dialog system for Unity. So it's done by Pixel Crushers. Oh, okay, I see that now. So he already has this in his system, so that's why his tools, he has the exact tools for it. My main goal is that I want to publish it on mobile, because I have been playing mobile games before, and one of the games that I played before is Magium and the light games. So I'm gonna show it to you guys. So these are the two apps that I played before when I was in college. I kind of enjoyed this game very, very much. I was able to play Book 1. I replayed it 2 times, and now I'm about to replay it for the 3rd time because I discovered that Book 2 and Book 3 has finally been released. I was inspired, and then I also discovered the light games. It's not as cool as Magium. Like, I'm not very much interested or heavily into the stories, but also like their concept, so I played it as well. So now that I'm back with Twine, I feel like I am able to express more of it here than anywhere else. And one of the things that I was told is that Cradle is not actually used for publishing or exporting games to my chosen platforms. I was told that Cradle is just for me to be able to integrate the twin stuff into Unity. So I'm gonna show you guys this. This is not. I use Harlow Tree. I think I already said that. So this is not the official one. This is just me experimenting. So here, this is not official. This is just the one that I made so far for me to be able to experiment on it. I've written this story when I was in high school, so this is it so far. So I've been experimenting on how to make the attributes work. Like, for example, I wanted when the player collects coins, that they can add it. So I've been making it work because these gems and the coins are separated in the header. I placed it in the header. I couldn't make the additional attributes work. Like, it doesn't appear. It's supposed to appear here and not here. So I also experimented on achievements. Like, I want achievements to appear and not disappear when I go back to the main menu. So we have unlocked that achievement. So now this is going to be available. So for the save and load uploading part. I haven't done it yet, nor the journal part. So this is basically me still studying it. This is a vlog video, so I'm showing you guys the behind the scenes. So these are the examples from the documentation of Harlow. I'm not really familiar very much with some of the stuff going on, like for example the macro stuff. So the next thing that I want is that I want their choices to make impact to the relationship of the characters, so which also relates to the attributes. So yeah, I've been working on the attributes so far. So yeah, I'll be doing that one by one until I finally achieve. Once I figure out how, because I'm studying it first before I write the story. I know people said you should outline your story first because hey, you don't know what to write and stuff like that, blah blah blah. But the thing is, I want to be able to understand the software that I'm using because I want to know what are the extension, what are the limits of this software for me to better execute the story so well. Because there are things that I want to do with my story and how players can interact with the story, and it's kind of a bummer if I already got that mapped out and then I realized that Twine is not actually able to do that, or I'm not able to execute that. So that's why I'm studying it first. And yeah, that will be all so far. This is day 1 and day 2. Thank you very much guys for watching. I hope. See you guys. Bye. Oh, and if you guys just a little note, if you guys know anything about actually not Unity, Twine, or I don't know, if you have solution for those issues or problems that I mentioned in this video, I really appreciate it guys if you guys mention something in the comments. It really helped me a lot. I could also tell you the more specific and detailed stuff that I did. I think it's kind of irrelevant for me to discuss all of that. That'll be sounding like I'm ranting, which I think I'm kind of ranting a little bit in this video anyway. So that'll be all. Goodbye.